how Switzerland crafts one of the world's finest cheeses, the Letevaz industry. Welcome to the Swiss Alps, home to one of the most exclusive cheese industries on the planet. Meet Letevaz, a cheese so unique it can only be made in one region by a limited number of families and only during the summer months. This is not just cheese. This is a tradition, a precision process, and an alpine economy built on milk, fire, and passion. Let's dive into the world of Letevaz AP cheese, where 70 dedicated families, 3,000 alpine cows, and over 100 mountain chalets come together every year to produce one of the world's highest quality cheeses. Letevaz cheese is produced exclusively in summer, when cows graze at altitudes reaching up to 2,000 meters. Why summer? Because that's when the alpine pastures are bursting with life. Each bite of cheese reflects the rich floral diversity of these grasslands. We're talking about milk that carries traces of alpine oregano, wild thyme, and clover. This is no accident. These mountain meadows have been scientifically proven to produce milk richer in omega-3 fatty acids, creating cheese that overwhelms the senses. Unlike factory-made, pasteurized products, Letevaz is raw, real, and seasonal. Cheese making in the Letevaz region goes back to the 15th century. By the 18th century, the cheese had become a key export. Merchants carried hundreds of wheels over the John Pass and down to Vaud, where they were loaded onto boats bound for Marseille. This wasn't just commerce. It was an alpine industry. In 1754, a man named Jean David, who had grown wealthy off this trade, built the Grand Chalet de Rosé. This enormous timber structure was designed to store 600 wheels of cheese. Built on a 30 by 15 meter footprint, it symbolized the scale and success of the Letevaz economy. In 1932, Letevaz producers formed an association to protect their traditions. By 1974, it became a cooperative, a democratic model where every member has one vote, regardless of how many wheels of cheese they make. Over the decades, they built and expanded modern maturing cellars, refined their techniques, and created a sustainable business model. Today, these producers make every decision collectively, from pricing to promotion. The result? A self-managed, community-run industry with world-class standards. Each spring, families return to the mountain pastures. The snow melts. Fences must be rebuilt, many of them dismantled each autumn to survive avalanches. Picketers walk for kilometers, re-establishing the boundaries and preparing the land. It's backbreaking work, but it's the first step in a summer-long production cycle. The cows are brought up, the chalets opened, and the alpine life begins. The Marin family is one of 70 that produce Letevaz today. Each family typically rotates between up to 9 chalets per summer, always chasing the freshest grass. Their daily schedule is relentless, up at 5:30 a.m. Cows milked, milk stored, cheese made by hand. Each chalet is not just a home, but a factory. It takes 10 to 12 liters of raw milk to produce just 1 kilo of Letevaz cheese. And during the season, thousands of kilos are made entirely by hand in copper cauldrons over wood fires. Here, there are no electric machines. The milk is heated to 30 degrees Celsius in copper kettles suspended above open spruce wood fires. Spruce is used specifically because it burns hot and clean. And yes, all wood must come from local forests, often gathered after avalanches knock down trees. Even this part respects nature and preserves the landscape. At exactly 32 degrees Celsius, rennet is added, a natural enzyme from the stomach of a calf. It's mixed with lactic whey prepared the day before. This step begins the coagulation, turning milk to curds. These same techniques have been passed down for over 300 years. Nothing rushed, nothing industrial. The curds are cut into rice-sized grains, stirred for 15 minutes, then reheated to 57 degrees while stirring nonstop. It's artisanal, but it requires scientific precision. Once the curds reach the right texture, they are hand-tested, molded, and pressed. The mold is flipped 5 to 6 times over a 24-hour period to ensure perfect drainage and density. And there's more. The leftover whey is repurposed to make Sirac, a fresh, soft cheese still made today by the children and grandchildren of the original producers. Nothing is wasted. To maintain their elite quality, the cooperative employs fabrication advisors. These experts visit the farms, inspect processes, provide feedback, and solve problems. Support wasn't always this robust, but today, producers benefit from collective knowledge and constant improvement. The cooperative ensures that even remote chalets meet the strictest hygiene and production standards. After being made in the Alpine chalets, Ledevaz cheese wheels are stored on-site for no more than 7 days before moving to the cooperative's aging cellars. There, each wheel spends 24 hours in a saltwater bath, then several days being hand-salted. This helps form the rind and maintain moisture for proper maturation. Aging lasts between 5 and 24 months with regular care. Cheeses are rubbed and flipped every 4 days. Each wheel is stamped with a producer ID and serial number. Before shipping, they are fire-branded, an official mark to prevent counterfeiting. Total yearly production? Around 470 tons of this Alpine treasure. Taste tests focus on texture, aroma, and structure, with over 60 aromas identified in expert profiles, from fruity and herbal to smoky, thanks to the wood fire. By early November, each wheel is inspected. Appearance, texture, and sound are checked. Cheese is classified into first or second grade, and payment to producers depends on the final cheese weight, not milk volume. The cooperative averages 98 to 99% first grade classification. Then, a second expert panel scores the best wheels out of 20 points across 4 criteria: internal openness, texture, flavor, and rind quality. These numbers reflect one thing: consistent excellence from the mountains to your plate. As summer ends, families begin their 6.5-hour descent from the mountains back to Montbovon. Cows are adorned with flowers and bells, celebrating the end of another successful season.